And it is a very important panel session which is from the perspective of the dairy industry, a CXO forum talking on today's focus and tomorrow's vision for the dairy industry. Now, before I call on stage the honorable panel members for the same who are industry champions, and we start with the panel session for the next 40 minutes, just a quick heads up for the flow of things to come from the second half till the end of the day. The panel session will begin, followed by our most awaited, the 8th Annual India Food Awards 2024, for which I'm sure a lot of you have been waiting for, and many of us are eagerly waiting, and many of you are on the way to join for the award ceremony. So the award ceremony will begin sharp at 3:15 p.m. today, with the prestigious awards keynote address to be delivered by Mr. Suresh Garg, Chairman and Managing Director from 𝐶𝐚𝐢𝐫𝐻 Life Sciences, our awards partner. After Sureshji's session, we'll have a quick special guest session by Ms. Inoshi Sharma, Executive Director from Food Safety Standards Authority of India. And then we will have the auspicious lamp lighting ceremony of the awards session, followed by the rollout and distribution of the awards to all the winners. So in advance, a big congratulations to all the winners to come. Having said that, ladies and gentlemen, so the next couple of hours are going to be very, very exciting, so do not go anywhere. I request all of you to enjoy the next session, followed by the award ceremony till the end of the sessions. Now, coming to our panel session, the Dairy CXO Forum, today's focus and tomorrow's vision. First session post-lunch, so I want the audience also to welcome the honorable panel members with a lot of cheer and energy, just to show that we are not sleepy after lunch. So, joining us first on the panel, ladies and gentlemen, with a big round of applause, please help me welcome Mr. Rahul Kumar, COO from Parag Milkfoods. A big round of applause to Rahul ji. Welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat. Joining next in the panel, we have Mr. ABIR MUKHERJEE, CTO from Alpha Milkfoods. A big round of applause to ABIR ji. Welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat. Joining next in the panel, we have Dr. Manvir Singh, CEO from Paayas Milk Producer Company. A big round of applause to Dr. Singh. Welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat, sir. And would be my pleasure to invite the honorable moderator of the panel, Mr. Rajiv Mitra, industry expert leader for the dairy industry. A big welcome to Rajiv ji. Rajiv ji, welcome to the panel, sir. Please have your seat. So, gentlemen, all over to you, Rajiv ji. Looking forward to a great session from your side. All the best.
Thank you very much. You hear me? There at the back? Thank you. So it's a post-lunch session for the panelists also. So please remember that while we start the session. We will start with a round of introduction. I thank the announcer to announce our names and very briefly introducing the titles. I am Rajiv Mitra. I have the opportunity this afternoon to moderate the session. I have dairy industry CXOs and experts sitting with me. I have been till recently, I was the CEO of Prabhat Dairy, which is a lactalis company in India. Prior to that, I was the managing director of Govind Milk and Milk Products in Maharashtra. And currently, I mentor two food startups, and I am also on the Apex committee of Dairy, Poultry and Fisheries of the Confederation of Indian Industries. And I request starting Rahul Kumar with a brief introduction of yourself, and then we will go ahead with the session.
Good afternoon. My name is Rahul Kumar. I have been associated with dairy industry since 1992. I joined Gujarat Cooperative Milk Marketing Federation after doing my post-graduation in management from IRMA. Before that, I'm not dairy technologist, I did my chemical engineering from IIT Roorkee. So overall, I have about 32 years of experience in dairy. So I worked in Amul for 22 years. After working with Federation, Milk Marketing Federation for 11 years, I became MD of Amul Dairy in 2003. And then 2014, I joined Lactalis, which is the largest dairy company in the world. They started their operation in India. So I started, their operation in India, and I worked there for about 9.5 years. And last year I left Lactalis, and I joined Parag Milkfoods, which is a listed company based at Bombay, having brand like Govardhan and Go Cheese and Pride of Cows and Avatar, which is a sports nutrition. So overall, I am linked with only dairy industry for last 32 years, and learn a lot from the colleagues, from the field, from the professionals, and still learning. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Singh.
Thank you, sir. Myself, Dr. Manvir. I am a farmer's employee. Why am I a farmer's employee? My employer is 90,000. I am a chief executive of company which is owned by 90,000 farmers of Rajasthan. That is called Paayas Milk Producer Company. Earlier, I was working with the government of Uttarakhand in a different capacity. Then I left government as a deputy director. Then joined NDDB Dairy Services and monitored and helped and promote these milk producer companies since 2013 and monitored the National Dairy Plan, the ambitious government plan that is a National Dairy Plan. So I was involved with this since inception with the milk producer companies. So right now I'm leading this company, which is the first milk producer company in India, and which is covering about half of Rajasthan, 14 districts of Rajasthan. And that is an example of success of that farmers-owned company can be run successfully and do benefits for their livelihood. So I'm looking for a very stimulating discussion about the today's focus and tomorrow's vision for dairy, because dairy not only for a food, which is the topic of this food summit, but for other aspects of livelihood and other things. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much. ABIR Mukherjee, please.
Hello everyone. My name is ABIR Mukherjee, and I am a hardcore dairy technologist. I have done my graduation from National Dairy Research Institute, Karnal, and for last 32 years, I am in this industry, working right from the shop floor to the middle management to the other decision-making steps of the companies. I've seen the processing going from manual-based to auto-based, and how the systems have changed in this industry, and how they have led the industry to have a new outlook. At present, I'm working with Alpha Milk Foods for last 9 years. It was from the grassroots company that has grown now to as one of the main exporters of the country for the products like your milk powder, butter, ghee. The people say that the Americans don't consume ghee, but we sell ghee to the Americans. And that's the success of India. That may be something what we are going to discuss today. That's all.
Thank you, Abir. Thanks very much. The success of dairy industry need not be really measured by how much ghee Americans are consuming today. There are plenty of other success parameters and successes that we have achieved. But yeah, many of you would know, but no harm in just recapping a little bit. We are the largest producer of milk in the world, contributing to about 25% of milk that is produced globally. Currently, it will be the figure will be around 240 to 245 million tons of milk production, which is quite a lot, and lot of success in the, let's say, last 30 years or last 32 years. The 32 years that both Rahul Kumar and ABIR Mukherjee are in this industry. So that last 32 years, we have seen a lot of success. 6% CAGR in milk production growth. You would also know that the industry in India is very fragmented. We have many players, many kinds of players. We have very big multinationals in this country. We have cooperatives, multinationals with a lot of resources. We have cooperatives with some KPIs with which the private companies do not have the luxury. You would see like Nandini has started selling in Delhi. I don't know with what success, but they have started selling in Delhi. Delhi consumes about 7 million liters of milk per day. And so at the same time, we have listed companies, listed Indian corporates like Parag, like Hatson, Dodla. We have government company, Mother Dairy, and we also have very successful, owner-driven, smaller companies, small and big companies everywhere in North, West, East, and South. So now, being true to the subject, the topic of discussion today, with this kind of a complicated and complex scenario, given this situation, Mr. Rahul Kumar, will you please start by telling us how we consolidate and walk towards the future, how the past has been, the last 30 years of growth and success that we have had, and with this success, and in the middle, somewhere in the mid-90s, we had liberalization where the private companies were allowed to participate in the industry, which gave rise to many successful enterprises, maybe regional, most of them regional. So on one side, we have huge, big corporates. We have the cooperatives, a success story of the cooperatives, albeit with a different kind of KPIs, business goals. And also, post the 90s, in the last 20 years or so, we have seen growth of smaller, owner-driven, successful business enterprises. So this is the kind of canvas, the industry that we are in. With this, how do we walk towards the future? What are the success and what are the goals, success parameters and the goals that the industry should look forward? Being a seasoned leader of the industry, I request you to throw some light on this.
Thanks Rajiv, for giving the canvas of dairy industry in India. Just to add on a few more points on what Rajiv has shared, that after independence in 1950, our milk production was only 17 million metric ton. Until it was, the Operation Flood was started by Dr. Kurian, it was almost, not very good production of milk in country. And many people who have, seen that or read that, there was a rationing of milk. There was a milk card to be given, in cities like Bombay and other cities. After that, Operation Flood started, and that changed the entire phenomena of milk production in the country. And we became #1 milk producer of the milk in the world in 1990. So it is almost about 35 years. We have been taking that position as a #1 milk producer. And every 15 years, we have doubled our milk production. So today, just about 26th of November, there was this, Government of India has released the statistics of milk production. In 23-24, India's milk production is 239.3 million metric ton, which is, which is quite good, I would say. Although they have informed that the growth rate was only 4%, which was supposed to be 6%. But anyhow, this was the production. So if I just convert into the per day milk production in India, it comes about 65 crore liter milk, which when we see about 239 million metric ton of milk per year in India, so it is about 65 crore. Now this 65 crore liter milk is a very huge amount of milk which we are producing. The peculiarity of Indian milk production is that it is very scattered production system. This 65 crore liter of milk is produced by 9 crore farmers. So 9 crore farmers are involved in this country, or maybe around 36 crore or 40 crore family members. They are dependent on this. And this is also led by, as our cooperative and farmers producing company is only done by women. So you can also see that this gives a lot of women's empowerment while the ladies are, engaged in the milk production in India. This is another socio-economic part of the milk production. Having said that, out of this 65 crore liter milk what we produce, only 30% milk is consumed at the village level itself. So about 18 crore, 20 crore liter milk will be consumed in the village itself. Out of that 40 crore which comes to the to the market, only 30% milk is processed. This is the very I would say interesting figure, that in India only 30% milk is processed. We are talking about branded, processed, safe milk food we are talking about. So as Rajiv is saying, what future we have to see? The future is that in India needs more and more processing. We have only 30% milk which comes to the market is only processed. And we are talking about, safe food, and people are aware about the quality and all these things. So that is one. So we have to be very careful that India has to process more and more milk, right? Second is that, we are talking about the, the consumption. Today, when we are saying that we have doubled the milk production in last 15 years, we have doubled the consumption also in last 15 years. That is also very important. We don't have much export surplus milk. Whatever we produce, we consume it. That is also very big, very important item, that whatever we produce, we consume it. And the growth rate, consumption growth rate is also at the rate of 6 to 7%. So a milk production growth rate is 6 to 7%, as well as consumption growth rate is also 6 to 7%. So that is also very important. So it's a sunrise industry. It next 2 to 3 decades, it will keep growing. People will consume more and more milk or milk products. The people who are poor, they are not able to consume milk. They will start consuming milk. Those people are consuming milk today, they will consume paneer and butter and ghee in future and all this thing. And those who are still consuming ghee and butter, they will come to the more nutritious items like protein and protein bars and protein milk and all. So basically, it's a very I would say very positive industry. When we are talking about this dairy industry, very positive industry. When we talk about positive, it is positive for all the 3 stakeholders. One is farmer, second is processor or dairy companies, and third is consumer. So it's a good positive vibe that dairy industry is very positive for all the 3 stakeholders. So farmers, they keep producing the milk, so their market is ensured. They don't have any problem of that they don't have market and all. So this is also very good. Dairy industry has to process, so they have the business. That's why, as Rajiv said, lot dairy industries investments are coming. Since last 20 years, lot of private players have come into the system, including north or south or west or east. So a lot of private players have come, and more investments are coming. Government is also giving a lot of inputs, lot of support, lot of subsidies, lot of financial benefits to the farmers as well as processors, and consumer also demands a good quality milk. So this is, I would say, a little bit past about it. In the future, what we need. So first of all, I will say that whatever stakeholders I have talked about, farmers, processor, and consumer, I will talk about all the 3 stakeholders. So as far as farmer is concerned, I would say that farmers have to be more efficient. They have to be more productive. Today, our productivity level per animal is very poor. So that is also a need of the hour, where all the stakeholders have to be very careful. The farmers have to be very careful, and government and universities and including dairy companies, they have to ensure that the farmers are producing with more efficient way to yield has
also for greenhouse gases, for global warming, productivity is the biggest mitigator.
That is also very important, because we have about 30 crores animals in this country, 30 crores. So because of the numbers, we have a lot of methane gas emission also, which also is criticized by the Western world. That though we are the largest producer of the milk in the world, we are also largest methane generation from the animal husbandry system. So this is also very important. So this also needs a very precise action plan to reduce the biogas, to reduce the methane gas effect. So for that, we need more and more biogas. This is also very important. So if you have 9 crore farmers, ideally each farmer should have 1 biogas plant. Today we must be hardly having 20, 30 lakhs biogas plant. Each farmer should have biogas plant. Once he has biogas plant with 4 or 5 cows or maybe 6 cows, he can generate biogas which is sufficient enough to give the fuel for 1 month. At least 2 cylinders, one cylinder, 1.5 to 2 cylinders. So he saves lot of money in fuel, about 1,000 rupees to 2,000 rupees, plus he is reducing methane gas emission in the environment. So there are a lot of things which has to be done in future if we really want to have sustainable milk production. This is very important. Sustainable milk production is very important. Today what we have done, we have kept producing the milk without looking for the sustainability. This is one of the very important. As far as dairy processing is concerned, I would also say we have to ensure that our products are safe. Today, we are producing largest amount of milk in the world, but we are not able to export it because of the quality aspects. So we don't have that quality of milk where it can be accepted by the Western world, Europe. We cannot export anything to Europe, for your information, that India cannot export any dairy products to Europe. Maybe some other places we can export third world countries. So if we are a number one, can you believe in any industry, if some country is number one, but he is not able to have global market, he cannot export to other countries. I think we are the only industry in the world where we are producing largest amount of the milk, but we are not able to export to developed countries. So this is also very, very important. That can be sorted out when we are really concerned about the quality of the milk. We are talking about aflatoxin, we are talking about antibiotic, we are talking about heavy metals, and we are talking about overall bacterial count of the milk. So once we really do lot of efforts on that, so this will also be a very big market available. I was calculating whatever we import as a petroleum, if we can have same kind of export from the milk, almost same. So you can understand how important it could be the economics for the economy of India. That we have such a big milk production. If we start exporting that much, and we are spending a lot of money for the import of the petroleum, this can offset. So this is also very, very big. We can do that. Consumer, I would say, consumer is more demanding. Rajiv, consumer is more demanding now. They don't want only just plain milk. They want something very nutrition, something tasty, something affordable. So a lot of R&D has to be done for that, so that consumer, we cannot just say that, since last 50 years we were just drinking plain milk or curd. Now people want yogurt, people want cheese, people want some protein, which is basically, important component of milk. So this is very, very exciting industry. I think every stakeholder has to be very, very...
Very nicely put. You elaborated on the 3 major stakeholders, the farmer, the processors, and the consumer, which is nicely said. And the consumer is demanding. There is a lot of investment in value-added dairy products, which is gaining preference gradually. I'll come back to you on this point. But before that, Dr. Singh, Rahul was talking about that we are unable to export essentially to the European countries. It is partly, Rahul, may I remind you, it is also because of our reluctance to sign the RCEP, the Regional Comprehensive Treaty, because the farmer community has, this is a big constituency, and this has got a lot of implications. So there is a interest in protecting Indian dairy for whatever time, for whatever worth it is. We do not know, we cannot comment, and this panel is not meant to comment on that, whether RCEP should or should not be done. There are regulators sitting here, there may be government representatives sitting here. In some forums or other, we can take some suggestions and some papers, but ultimately we are not a part of the RCEP as far as dairy is concerned. This is partially the reason where we are unable to export to Europe. But largely the reason is what you said, is the quality may be good, we are all consuming, but it is not trusted by everybody in the outer world. So Manvir Singh, what are the challenges you are facing in preparing quality? Because quality is, it is not, as we know, is not made in the factories. Quality is made in the field, where you are collecting milk, where the cow is producing milk, the farmer is collecting milk, and the processors are transporting them to their factories. So you may want to say what Paayas is doing, you are doing a great job, no doubt about it. But what I think people would want to know more is what are the challenges you are facing, how much short are we from global standards of quality. Is the consumer sitting here confident that her child is drinking the same milk or eating the same cheese as somebody in France or Switzerland is doing? So just talk to us, take us through the challenges that you may be facing in producing quality.
Thank you, Mitra sir. I'm a veterinarian by education and my master's in feed and nutrition. Then I'm also a Irman like Rahul sahab. I was working with the animals since my graduation. Earlier I was एक मजाक में हम बात करते थे यार हम लोग तो थन तक ही अपना हिसाब किताब रखते हैं. Now I am going beyond the udder. So it's a quality, and recently our honorable corporate minister, corporation minister, Shri Amit Shah ji gave 𝐓𝐨𝐝𝐾𝐚𝐢𝐫 2.0, which is mainly focused on quality, Rajiv sir, and quality from the resource. And we are at Paayas, we are ensuring the quality at the resource through various measures. I will take the leaf from the Rahul sahab's statement. Consumer is demanding the quality, and quality can be ensured at the resource. There are two words, quality assurance and quality control, because the people are sitting here, they are very eminent quality people. So they can tell me, or they can think of about the quality control, and you can control the quality, but you have to assure the quality, then you have to go to the resource, that is the animal. Important part is, like Rahul sahab said, that we cannot export the milk or milk products to the European countries. They are requiring 0.05 ppb aflatoxins. And our feed, which is being fed to the animal, are having a 200 ppb average aflatoxins in the feed.
No, that's good. I mean, there's a lot of technicality. I think what the audience would want to know, what is stopping you from giving you a feed that produces the quality which is acceptable in Europe?
Yeah, Rajiv ji. So it comes with the cost. So we cannot leave the quality with the farmers only. We cannot leave the quality with the farmers only, because when we are going to provide the good quality nutritious feed, then only you can ensure the. Another thing, the FMD. 100% vaccination is required to curb the FMD.
So do it. Do it. Why are you not doing it?
Government is putting all the efforts, are like producer companies and cooperatives are putting all the efforts to ensure that. But as our dairy is fragmented, that is not enough farmhouses of 2,000 or 4,000 animals. Our dairy is fragmented, which is having 2 to 3 animals with the smallholder dairy farm. So it's a Herculean task to take that label. But we cannot leave this responsibility only with the farmer. We have to collaborate for the sustainable dairy. Sustainable dairy means continuous dairying. And people are leaving dairy, because the cost of production is increasing. To reduce the cost of production, there are a lot of technological interventions are required. Like we are doing for greenhouse methane emission reduction. We are having supplements. We are providing supplements to the farmers to feed to the animals so that can be reduced, GHG can be reduced. We are putting biogas in large numbers. We are having projects of thousands we are putting in our ecosystem, biogas system. So this is aflatoxins and FMD and the antibiotic residue. We cannot ensure in the current system of the smallholder dairy system, we cannot ensure the antibiotic. What's the antibiotic? People are giving injections of antibiotic, they are not withholding the milk for 7 days. But by putting ethno-veterinary medicine, that is our traditional knowledge, we are giving that we are emphasizing on ethno-veterinary medicine so that reduction of antibiotics in the animals, so that cannot come into our food chain system. So a number of measures are we are taking up as a Paayas or a farmer producer company. We are the ecosystem of 22 milk producer companies which are supplying the milk to the mother dairy. So we are ensuring and we are assuring the consumers that your milk is safe, and we are moving forward in that direction so that we can export I would like to give some numbers. India is right now around 35 to 40% global average per capita milk consumption. We are recently data saying 469 gram per capita. Global average is 322. So India is consuming more milk than a global average. So ultimately, we are reaching to that level. Without exporting the milk, we will not able to provide the right price to the farmers. So we have to work on these aspects in the collaboration of the technological partners as well as the organization like us who are directly connected with the dairy farmers. So that's my take on
correct.
this.
I agree with you. We'll come back again on that. There is another point which may be of interest to this audience. Just before lunch, we had a panel discussion where the nutraceutical experts were sitting. I can see some of them still here. So, see, in India, the per capita consumption, the per capita nutrition availability, particularly protein availability, is far lower than global standards. It is far inadequate. And now, that is a data, that is a fact on one side, ABIR Mukherjee, please listen to what I'm saying. Now, on the other side, we are saying dairy is a huge success. India is the largest producer of milk. We are 25% of the milk, the global availability of milk in India. Consumption is growing, production is growing, value addition is growing. How can dairy be useful? How can dairy help? And how can dairy make good India's protein requirement, per capita protein requirement? Let us not talk about the top 1% or 2% or 10% people who have access to the best quality imported cheese or other forms of protein. How can per capita protein intake be helped by the dairy industry?
Hello. As far as our traditional ethics are concerned, we take milk, drinking milk as a regular practice, as a habit. And as for milk is having all the amino acids essential for the body in it. So as such, to be very a single liner, I would say that milk is definitely a medium to balance your protein requirements, somewhere about 45 to 56 grams per person, that is required depending on this age and male-female ratios. Other than that, we have got the products, our indigenous products. They are right from your paneers and all that, which are as such very helpful for consumption and for your protein requirements, rather than going into products like your Greek yogurt or cottage cheese. We do have the products that do supply us the basic requirements, what are required for the body. As far as the milk, the deficiency of protein, we all know that effect comes later on. We can realize the effects later on because it starts right from the beginning, right from a childhood. You start having a deficient or what do you call a protein deficient child, and that can have the repercussions on his later stages. It's not a medicine. So it's a habit. We have milk as such is easily digestible, barring a few who are a bit intolerant. But overall, our traditional things have made us learn that the milk is best suited for human body because it is coming from a mammal as such. It is not a synthesized thing. You don't, okay, for a whey protein or whey protein supplements that can be taken as a booster for your bodybuilding and all that for athletes or for extra, but as such milk is itself easily digestible and which can easily lead to your reducing the protein deficiency we have. The figures which we are talking about today is about the consumption, what Sir said that about 6 to 7% growth is there as well as the consumption is there. Why we are not having any surplus. We are not having that much surplus volumes of milk. It's not that always that our exports or our money generation from the exports is not due to our lack of interest in it, but as the population is growing, the milk production is going, and similarly the consumption is going.
So what you mean is, so your net what you are saying is people should drink the recommended quantity of milk, and that is how the protein deficiency can be minimized. To an extent, this is true, and we must all drink the recommended quantities, at least a glass of milk. You want to say yes?
See, just on your very important point that you're talking about the milk deficiency and the getting protein from milk, I think we have to change a little bit mindset also. Today, when we are talking about milk, the quality of milk is measured by the malai, the fat, which is, I think, is not a proper way to judge the milk. In fact, we have to see the communication also, even including the statutory authorities, they also understand this. We write fat and SNF. Now, please understand, nobody knows what is SNF as a common man. Solid, not fat. Let's talk straight away, fat 3%, protein so much. Okay, so that people know that, okay, this milk has that much protein. So we have to be very, very, very direct communication with the consumer, so that he knows that if this packet is not having that much protein, it means this milk is not good. Today we are just selling fat, which is okay, which is also important. But I would say protein is milk has the cheapest protein. Which for the common people.
You are absolutely right, because as we have please keep the mic in hand. I'll come back to you because the milk has been sold as a nutrition, as something that the child needs to drink while growing up, good for bones, that is calcium. But as a source of protein, I don't think there has been any direct, precise communication to the audience that it is a good source of protein. Very right. Now, moving from protein and moving from this to another part before we close, is that, see, India is now, we have established, at least in the last half an hour, Dr. Singh and Rahul, Kumar and ABIR, they have established that India is the largest producer of milk. India is a giant in milk. At the same time, we all know India is very big in technology, be it information technology or heavy engineering or precision technology. India is a giant in technology. But Rahul, Kumar, what is the problem? One giant, that is dairy, and the other giant, that is technology, are not marrying well. The usage, the utilization of technology in dairy, though it is becoming better, we are seeing lot of startups, lot of people graduating from IITs and giving up big jobs and getting into startup investments in dairy technology. So what is the future? Or first of all, please tell us about what is the current state. Is technology being used well in dairy, in production, in consumption, in sales and distribution? And if it is used well or not used well, what is the path? What is the road ahead? And what is the role of the brilliant startups that we are seeing in the firmament?
Yeah, it's a very important question, because we are giants in IT, technology and milk. So why can't we marry both of the things in India, and we can have very, very, very effective and very good outcome out of that. So I come to again, from farmer, processing and consumer. So as far as farmers are concerned, I think we need a very big changeover from what we are doing today and what is required for tomorrow. See, basically I'm talking about the 30 crore animals should have Aadhaar card, right? So they are identified. Today we don't identify our animal. So there is no proper scientific breeding program which is easy to implement. I'm not saying that it's not happening, but it's very, unless you have very clear breed, map, that this animal was, inseminated from this bull and all this thing. Otherwise, this has a very, very big issues in terms of productivity and breed improvement I'm talking about. That is one. So this is one, RFID, Aadhaar number and all these things, so that it can be identified. In the movement of the animal, death and birth of the animal, productivity of the animal, all these things can be done if you have a scientific database on that. I think first of that. Second is, as far as processing is concerned, I would say we have a reasonably good processing technology. Still, we don't have automation, which I think is happening. Like I tell you, very simple example. Today, we are talking about very, very simple thing, which are paneer. The paneer, now we have a plant which are now automated, untouched by human hand. You can make 20, 30 tons of paneer per day without having much human involvement. Earlier, it was very big. Okay. When you have less human involvement, you have more shelf life, less bacterial count. Suppose if you have more shelf life, if you have 3 days more shelf life, it means you can travel 500 more kilometers. So you expand your market. So basically, these are the consequences of having good technology. As far as consumer is concerned, I would still say we are very, very nascent stage. 30 years back also, we were distributing milk in the crate, in the open, in the night, without any maintaining cold chain. Today also we are doing that. I think this needs to be changed. Otherwise, we do lot of hard work in terms of collecting clean milk, processing it, but when we distribute it, we don't have any technology on that. And because of that, still we have to boil the milk. When in India, we have to boil the pasteurized milk, which shows that our milk quality is not good. So we need lot of technological intervention in our back end, that is production, as well as consumer end. Of course, we have a lot of robotics and automation and artificial intelligence and all these things. This is happening in processing.
So can we assume that the day is not very far when we will have drones coming and supplying milk to our houses?
If you are able to pay the price.
Yes. No, but that is the point. Technology has to come at a reasonable price, at a price that the consumer is willing and able to pay.
Pizzas are delivered all across the world now with the drones.
Yes.
So maybe milk can also be done.
Milk can also be done.
It's not
so I'm sure it will be done. So, Dr. Singh, any concluding remarks you may want to give about your role and how you see the industry shaping up the future of all of us?
Yes, sure, sir. Dairy industry is navigating through a dynamic scenarios, and 3 pillars for dairy which I am looking for future. One is the collaboration among the players, among whole the value chain, start from the animal to consumer. Another thing is the innovation at every step in the dairy value chain. And third one is the sustainability. We have to keep continuing with the dairying, because it's in a food, wholesome food for, earlier it was 7.4 billion population, now it's ever increasing population, it's in a wholesome food. So we have to keep sustainable. Sustainable means it is not about the environment and other, it's about the continuation of the dairying. People should continue dairy. So to continue dairy, it should be a profitable and sharing with farmers. So that's
sustainable. It has to be sustainable. It has to be profitable. ABIR, concluding remarks about the dairy and the vision to the future.
One thing I would like to just point out is that when we talk about the West, we forget about the basic conditions they are using. When we are talking about the quality that comes right from the animal, there we need to invest a lot. Because once the quality has gone down, you can't revive it up. They are producing, when we talk about as why you has not, one reason has been our quality over the years. Okay, now we have gone for a chilling right at the doorstep, but they don't require the chilling, boss. So we have to, and a farmer who has got 3 cows, you just can't escape the blame on him. So whatever we are bringing up, technologies are definitely there. Factories are coming up. As I said, that the technology is there where we can produce. Definitely, it was unthinkable. When we started our career, paneer was a simple, what do you call it, a dudia's job. And now it is a totally automated one. You will find plants where, one or two plants I have heard about or seen where you don't have a spillage of whey. Now this is something which could not have been imagined.
I don't know how many bells will there be. So we must not let them go on ringing bells. So Rahul Kumar, a one-liner conclusion.
It will not be one line, but okay, I'll try to be precise.
That's a figure of speech.
It's a really, I would say, very exciting industry, and we are a part of that. I really salute our Indian farmers who have really worked very hard to make the India to this level, and the future is very good. And I think it's a responsibility of dairy industry to improve the quality, give the best product to the consumer, try to have a window to export market, because I'm not saying that we have lot of milk surplus to be exported, but it's a seasonal product. So sometimes you have more milk which has to be given some outlet so that it can be good for the farmers. So overall, I think it's a very exciting food item which everybody knows, and will keep working wonders in this.
That's a fantastic one-liner. So that's very nice. So we picked up key words from the concluding remarks that you all made. That is sustainability and profitability, quality, and as Rahul has been saying, that we have to keep on working for all the stakeholders. That is the farmer producer, the processor, and the consumer. Might I say, before you give those looks to me, might I say that this is an industry with a very rich past and yet a very promising future. Having said that, now there are only 4 people, there are only 4 men standing between you and the awards that you are going to receive. So we will not do that anymore. So we stop here. Thank you very much for being such a nice audience.
Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for this wonderful panel that we had of the experts here, the Dairy CXO Forum on today's focus and tomorrow's vision. And I would request the panel members to kindly be on stage. Would like to call on stage Mr. Hemant Giri from our partner BioMirror to kindly do the honors. Hemant, welcome to the stage again. We'll start first with Mr. Rahul Kumar from Parag Milkfoods. A big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, to Mr. Rahul Kumar for his wonderful contribution in the panel session. Thank you, Rahulji, for your thoughtful insights. Moving next to Mr. ABIR Mukherjee, CTO from Alpha Milk Foods. A big round of applause to Mr. ABIR Mukherjee for his wonderful contribution in the panel session. Thank you, ABIRji. Moving next to Dr. Manvir Singh from Paayas Milk Producer Company. A big round of applause to Dr. Singh for his wonderful contribution in the panel. Thank you so much, Dr. Singh, for your thoughtful insights. And now our honorable moderator for the panel, Mr. Rajiv Mitra, industry veteran and expert in the dairy segment. A big round of applause to Rajiv ji for wonderfully moderating this panel session and for his valuable insights as well. Gentlemen, thank you so much for your knowledge. We would request the panel members to kindly step forward for a group photograph. Hemant, if you could also join them.